The origin of the drum lies in the clapping of hands, but when, where, and what was the origin of the drum as an instrument in history? In Japanese mythology, it is said that Ayami no Ozumi, goddess of entertainment, brought out Amaterasu o Mikami, the sun goddess, when she hid in Amano-Iwato, cave of heaven. It is said that the key to the success of this strategy was that the Ayami no Ozumi began a thunderous dance on an overturned tub. The channel name Fuseoke means an overturned tub that appears in Japanese mythology. I believe that this Fuseoke is the world's oldest frame drum, made during the Jomon period in Japan. Remo Delmobelli, the founder of Remo, a brand known for drums and percussion heads, passed away in 2016 at the age of 88. According to Remo Belli's years of research into the global percussion market, approximately 1% of the world's population are drummers. If there are that many drummers, you might think that there would be a large market for literature on drums, but this is not the case. There are many books on how to play drums, but when it comes to the origins of drums, there are very few descriptions, and the book is very vague. The reason is that there is a limit to how much evidence can be traced back. Many people think that the drum is the oldest musical instrument in the world, but this is actually not the case. It is true that percussion instruments are the oldest musical instruments, but they are idiophone that produce sound by hitting objects together. Stones collide with stones, trees collide with trees, bones collide with bones, and so on. Next comes the aerophone, such as stone flutes and bone flutes. Along with the hunting culture, the use of bows began and chordophone appeared. The evidence of bows and arrows has not been preserved until modern times because wood, fibers, and sinew are easily perishable, and the evidence is the hard arrowheads. If you have the technology to make a bow by bending or carving wood, and the technology to process fibers and sinew, you can make stringed instruments that evolved from bows and arrows. The drum, as a membranophone, first appeared after the technology of making a circle and stretching the skin, making it the newest of the 4 musical instrument categories. However, since the wood and bark rot and do not remain, it is not possible to determine the exact time and place of its origin using physical evidence. Even so, the origin of drums can be traced back to a certain period of time, and we can infer it from the processing and technological capabilities of civilizations at a certain time. Historian William H. McNeill says, learning to move rhythmically and vocalize, and the strengthening of emotional bonds that accompany this type of behavior, were important prerequisites for the emergence of humans. When did rituals that involved these actions first appear? And when did drums begin to be used in these rituals? A wishbone-shaped mammoth pendant was discovered from the Paleolithic period around 26,000 years ago at the Dolní Vesnice ruins in the Czech Republic. Archaeologist Horst Kirchner proposes the drumstick theory. However, there is no other evidence that it was used as a drumstick. Researchers believe that skin-covered drums appeared as membranous instruments during the Neolithic period, from 1800 BC to 3500 BC. Female performance ensembles consisting of musicians, singers, and dancers appear in some of the earliest expressions of religious rituals. The frame drum was the musical and spiritual center of these ceremonies. On the wall of the temple room at Catalhoyuk, a group of humans dressed in leopard skins and playing various percussion instruments dance rapturously around a large stag. A second group of dancers ceremonially surrounds the giant bull. Among this second group is a figure holding a horn-shaped instrument in one hand and a frame drum in the other. Other figures hold bowed instruments similar to the Brazilian berimbau, shaker or rattle. Many scholars suggest that this scene from around 5600 BC depicts a shamanic ritual. The frame drum is central to historical forms of shamanism, as the shaman's voice and tool. It is mentioned in the oldest extant documents from Sumer, in the Tigris-Euphrates basin. If new ruins are excavated and a drum is unearthed as evidence, or a recognizable wall painting is discovered, and the time cannot be traced back, the wall paintings at Catalhoyuk from around 5600 BC are the best evidence. That means it's old. But Stone Age inscriptions, once dismissed as meaningless, are being reinterpreted as the earliest evidence of religious symbolism, or even legible writing. If such research progresses, the origins of the drum may be traced back even further. Research like this does not produce results overnight, and it takes a lot of time to gain widespread support. On this channel, we would like to not only wait for research results, but also to consider the origins of the drum from various perspectives. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. If you like this video, don't forget to like it. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel.